Okay, good morning everyone. Compulsory coffee made. It without making horrible noises in your ears. Anyway, welcome, good morning, afternoon, night, whichever time of the day it is. It is Tuesday and we are looking at new Morrowind mod. Good morning,
What
Skin.
a fool you are.
What a fool
I'm
we are
a god.
indeed.
How can you kill a god?
You cannot. Good morning, Skin. Sorry for the delay. Good morning, Prof. Good very, very early morning. Sorry. I'm so sorry, but you know it's important. Yes. Especially when I've been 2 days without cappuccino. Can you imagine? Maybe not. Anyway, it's irrelevant. Let's jump straight into it, shall we? There were quite a few mods this week. Some of them, actually, I don't think they're going to take a lot of time to showcase though. Have you installed TR to test the grass mod? No. At some point, but that's obviously going to take a lot more time. But at some point, I am going to install TR. I might even do a special TR mods episode once I have it installed. But really my prime motivation to install Tamriel Rebuilt is not even to play it. I really want to update Hold It. Hold It is the mod that I made all these years ago where NPCs are holding an item. It's usually set up as a shield or as a light. And I did make, a few years ago, a Tamriel Rebuilt add-on that included a few of Tamriel Rebuilt items and gave the items to the NPCs in Tamriel. But then there's been a few versions. Occasionally there were NPCs, like because my mod was a patch to it, the NPC had been changed and my mod undid the changes, so occasionally I did quick fixes. But as you're saying, Skink, I think I need to have a look at it. I'm fairly certain I'll be able to see quite a few. It's not that I'll be able, it's just there's so many items that are probably good for Hold It, that could be items for NPCs to hold. So I'm gonna have to do that at some point. But that will also be very, very time consuming. But it's on the cards, it's in my to-do list, it's there on the back burner. There, hiding the mic, it's not pretty. So that's going to happen, promised. All right, let's go and have a look. So as every Tuesday, usually a little bit earlier than that, but Fablewind, yes, I've seen that. First, before I forget, Articus sent me a PM, well actually a comment on YouTube, because I hadn't showcased this mod and I remember it very well. I really did. I think it was the 6th review. What happened is I probably forgot to put the link in the description, but I clearly remember looking at this mod, especially the corpus meat that was very gross. That I remember. So definitely we did showcase it. I did forget to put the link in the description, so I'll fix that. And that will be it. Okay. First, I think I managed to order the mods in such a way that we can see them in a good order. Articus is the retexture, and then yes, we did see the animated one. I forgot. Was it R0? I don't remember. That was also very gross. Alright, we have auto ammo equip. That's for open Morrowind. That's essentially the same thing as Murlord auto ammo equip that uses the Morrowind script extender, but this is for open Morrowind. I am not going to install it, but if you were desperate using open Morrowind and being unable to have an auto ammo equip, well, now you do. I am not testing it, I don't have open Morrowind, but it's nice to see that there is an option. Then we have a tool called Morrowind Dialogue Explorer, and that's part of the reason why I'm late today. Not just, okay? Not just. I also maybe took a little bit too more time eating my cinnamon rolls, and also I'm rereading Asimov, and I don't want to do anything else but read. Even looking at Morrowind mods. But it will pass, it will pass. Anyway, this one is a program, and I thought I had Python installed, but I do not. So this is a program, third-party program, and you are going to put a word that you want, and it's going to show you the results for that word that you're looking for. I'm definitely going to, I'll do that later, obviously. I'm definitely going to try it again. I did install it. Yeah, there it is. I did. It says in the config you do need to add the path to your game. I did that, but I don't have Python installed. That's the thing. But Rymash now runs independently. Before, you used to have to download Python and then download Rymash, but now it's a standalone, and that's what I've always had on that computer. That's newer than the time where Rymash needed a separate install of Python. I will try it again and possibly show you next week once I have figured it out. We have another tool. This one is an ESP date tool by Nogbad, or Poodle Sandwich. Poodle Sandwich is such a nice name. Good morning, Griffles. I'm good. Cappuccino. What are we learning tonight? We're learning about all the wonderful mods that have been released this week, and the whole has been good. Good morning, Static Omega. Welcome, welcome. Alright, let me show you this program. This one was rather simple. There it is. It's just a little exe. And Avast thoroughly checked it. And here's what you do. You select the ESP. So, I already tested one here. But let's say I want to redate that one. You can then select the day. Or you can just, change the time like so. And then you click update. Simple, isn't it? And it will be renamed, redated, same thing. Simple as that. It's not something that I'm gonna need, because with Rymash really it's just a matter of changing the date and time here and save. It's awfully simple, but for people who feel that Rymash is a little too overwhelming and you still want a way to redate without using, Testool is going to do that as well. No, I think Testool is going to automatically give your mod. Do I have Testool installed? I must have. I do not have Testool installed in my testing install. Wow. I'm sure I have it somewhere. In my modding install for sure. There it is. Yes, this is all good. And I believe, wasn't there, there was something, wasn't there? Oh, here, when you manage your active plugins. Yes, and then you can update the time, and what it does, it's gonna give it 2024 or something like that. So Testool can do that as well. Obviously, we have a number of tools that do that. But this new one is particularly lightweight. That's all it does. It's extremely simple. So if you just want something to update or change the dates of your ESP, this is gonna work. By Nogbad or Poodle Sandwich. I prefer Poodle Sandwich. I don't know, it conjures lovely images in my head. Okay, that's a gameplay mode, and I will do the gameplay afterwards. That's also gameplay by the same author. Alright, let's dive in everybody's favorite type of mod now. I don't know. It's a new fad, isn't it? The Morrowind Script Extender 2 mods. And that's another one by Pete the Goat. Pete the Goat has given us a couple of mods. The one with the larger font, he's worked on the menu quite a bit, and what it does is, I want to show this one, it's going to take forever, there we go. it adds a continue button, just like in Oblivion. So we're gonna have a look at that. It should be installed, it should be set, except I don't have a save game, but we'll try it. Would anyone disable air superiority? Levitating with a spear is excellent for trolling. I'm not sure, Skink, that everybody wants to troll. Another mod that requires the Morrowind script extender, Runfix. This is also Pete the Goat. It requires, yes, we know. This mod effectively, oh, let me zoom in so you can read with me. That's better. This mod effectively normalizes the player's movement speed, ensuring they run at a constant speed, even during diagonal movement. I'll be honest, I had never noticed that in diagonal movement, my speed is any different. It could be because I never run diagonically. I don't know. So we'll try that. But there it is. This week is the week of the tooltip mods, and I must say that's pretty cool. So we have a PhD in sorcery that gives us Tamrielic lore tooltips. Yagrum Bagarn's book Tamrielic Lore gives brief description of the story behind several artifacts, all of which appear in game. This mod adds excerpts from the book to the tooltip with each respective artifact, meaning that in your tooltip where you see the weight, the price and the value normally of an item, speedrunners say otherwise. You are also going to have a brief description of the item, of the artifact, taken from Tamrielic Lore. Isn't that great? That way, even if you don't take the time to read that book anymore, you know, you've probably read the book at some point, maybe even the description of a couple of items when you were curious. Now you don't have to. I don't want to use the screenshots, we'll have a look at them in game. Another one, this time it is Remiros that gives us ingredient flavor text, and it's gonna do pretty much the same thing. It adds tooltip flavor text to all ingredients in the game's expansion included. So now when you hover in your inventory over Kwama eggs, it's going to tell you a little something about Kwama eggs. Isn't that brilliant? Again, you don't have to feel bad if you're not reading all the books, if you're not talking to all the NPCs and listen what they have to say about ash yams. It's going to be right there. Another tooltip mod by Abbott. Abbott has joined the bandwagon of the Elway mod, and this one is actually very cool as well. Display value weight ratio of currently focused object inventory item in tooltip. So now on top of the name of the item, its value, its weight, if it's a weapon, the damage that it does, if it's the armor, the protection that you get, it also tells you how valuable it is for its weight, and that's amazing. That's amazing. Remember when you have to drop things and you sort of go, oh, that's heavy, but it's not, that's quite valuable, and you don't know? Now you do. And that would be, I think, the last of the Morrowind script extender mod. This is by Aram Chamd. We're gonna go with that himself. And this one is going to give you an UI inspector, so you can, the most interesting thing for me is that you can actually move elements of the UI, and that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I'm thinking I'm gonna like that. One of the things that I do when I play Morrowind is I have Morrowind, you know, in OBS, and then I put another Morrowind in the upper there, in the upper right corner, just to have the UI so you guys can see it. So this is gonna be quite nice. Looking forward to trying this out. Yeah, this is it. So let's go and have a look at these mods for starters, shall we? They are plugin-less, so I don't even need to try and clean them. There's nothing to clean. Let's give it a try. Yes, 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 I know. That's a warning you get when in... I keep forgetting to disable Discord overlay. That's That's a warning you get when you have those yellow mods in Rybash. Rymash. Okay, now, interestingly... Oh, I know why. I know why I have that. It's because in MCP, I have the large font enabled. That's why. That's why they're not centered. And this is the new one. However, we'll do that later. Because I do have an old save game, but that's from previous installs with different mods that we were testing. Okay, here we are in Seidenine, and we're gonna get ourselves some ingredients. Thank you. Wow! Why am I missing the crosshair? I know why. Just give me a sec. It's because last week we tested the... what is it called? The crosshair for the ownership. There it is. The ownership crosshair. Morrowind mods, no. And every week when I'm going to try new mods, I delete everything, meshes, textures and all that. But I do not delete my... there it is. I do not delete this folder. Meaning that my ownership mod, which one is it gonna be? Ownership indicator. I'm deleting it. It's still there and it's still looking for the textures. I think this is what happened. I don't clean the Morrowind script extender folder because most of those mods are just... they're just too handy. And now we can demonstrate the continue button.
Please, by all means. I'm listening.
There we go. Okay, that's better. That's better. I'm gonna get myself a weapon and we're gonna go and get the Mentor's ring straight away. Just a weapon should do. Whee! So we can see the tooltip for the artifact, the tooltip for the ingredient, and then we check the tooltip for the value weight ratio. By the way, we can already see this is vanilla, new vanilla texture, 2K textures, only for the landscape. But we'll have a look at the textures, you know, separately. The doors also are retextured this week. Sorry guys, we're not here for you. I think I will totally withstand that trap. For I am super buff. Okay. So let's have a look. Ingredient. Hephaphacea, a light brown shelf fungus growing on tree trunks in the Viticoast region. That's the tooltip for the ingredient. Nice. We also have the tooltip for the Mentor's ring, and this is exactly from the book. Yeah, you can choose whether you want the source or not. So when you have it, it says, it says Yagrum Bagan, Tamriel Eclore, and if it doesn't, well, it doesn't say so. Personally, though I'm all for, you know, naming your sources, habits of academic habits, I guess, but just to save space, I think, yeah, just to make the tooltip slightly smaller, I think I'll remove it. And this time we'll succeed. We totally did succeed, didn't we? So those tooltip mods, nice. And then you can see right at the bottom the value weight. Obviously the Mentor's ring weighs almost nothing and is worth 8k. So for one weight unit it is worth 80,000. Pretty sweet. My shoes on the other hand, they weigh 3, their value is 2, so the ratio is 0.67. So now I know that if I have to drop something, I would rather drop my shoes. Now I know. Isn't that brilliant? I believe we had a look at the continue the ingredient. We need to test the UI. UI inspector. Press F3 to inspect the UI. Press F3, sorry, again to hide it. Cool. Sun's Rich Laboratorum. Nice. Okay. F3. And here goes. Menu. Menu multi. Menu stat. Menu magic. Menu map. Menu inventory. Which is that. Which one is menu multi? I mean inventory, okay. Map, okay. Magic, okay. And stats. Multi has what? I don't know what is multi. It's weird. I wonder what the weight to value for Azura Star with Almalexia's soul would be. Normal price is 7.5 million. Yeah, maybe that would make the game explode, or the tooltip just be incredibly long. Okay, what I want to try. Oh no, now I get it. This is menu stats, and this down here might be the menu multi because it has everything. Border left, padding top. Height proportional, border all sides. I'm not sure that's the one. I would like to try and move that. Height. I'm not sure I'm doing anything. I am clearly not doing anything. This is to change its size rather than its position. But either way, I'd like to see it happen. And I don't know where to click to make it happen. Either way. Just try the pluses and the minuses to see if that does anything. Menu inventory. What happens when I move it dynamically? Doesn't seem to do anything. Auto width. Okay. So just clicking on those. And reset. Auto height. Ooh. Well, that's a bit harsh. Okay, let's reset that. So now I can give it the size I want. It's really those the one at the bottom that I'm really interested. I think this is multi. Okay. There. I'm changing things, but oh, it's because this was not activated. No, that I can't move. I can't change. Reset, reset, reset. There we go. I'm not sure what I'm changing. There. Okay, now it's moving. Got it. Oh, this is exactly what I want. Oh, bummer. I can make it go lower. But I can't make it go higher. Yeah, it won't go higher than that. When I would want to do exactly the opposite. but it is menu multi, so that's definitely what we want. I don't care about changing its width. And when I change its height, I don't think I'm changing its position, it's just I'm making it wider so it looks like it's going down. I think that's what's happening. Child align, child offset. I am not sure. Okay, that's definitely something that warrants a lot more exploration. Me, all I want to do is move this to that other corner. That's what I want to do. So we'll try it out. Border left inactive. Yeah, that's something that's gonna require a bit of a investigating and tweaking, but that's pretty much what we have with the F3. Got it. With the new Morrowind script extender mods. Ta-da! And those tooltip mods and the UI, like when you know what you're doing, which is not my case, clearly, that's definitely very cool. I still want to try and move my health bar and all that. So we had a look at this, we had a look at this, we had a look at this, and a new UI inspector. Inspection of the menu hierarchy and all layout value. Layout can be modified in-game for fine-tuning of your own UI. Definitely will have to try that again. That looks good. Let's have a look at the texture mods. They're quite easy to showcase as well. We have by Otis Geo Tidilusion. Oh, okay. So I'm guessing that's Lusion. Okay, and we have Vanilla Land, so we have new high-res textures of all regions. Textures repeat the style of the original game, and using these textures, you can recall your old experience of the journey through Vanilla Land in 2K. 2K is as far as I'm gonna go. I think 4K for Morrowind is just over the top. It's Morrowind, you know? And my computer might not be able to handle it. I want to see that. So we have all the AC, AI, Ashlands, Bitter Coast, Blood Moon, Graceland, the stones, the earth, the lava, the caves, and the sand. Okay, so that really is the landscape. It's not going to include... Do I see the grass? Oh no, that's the... Stupid me. That is not going to include the trees in particular. So really just the landscape. We'll have a look at that. We'll teleport to different regions. We have another replacer. This one by Semke. That gives us a bone mold armor replacer. I don't want to zoom in the screenshot, so you know it's not gonna spoil the surprise for us. Bone mold armor replacer. It is made for Open Morrowind maps of normal and shine, but works fine with the usual Morrowind. So I'm gonna try it out. We have two versions of the repeater: unchanged skeleton and skeleton with short legs. I'm guessing that's an Open Morrowind thing. One thing of note, when I install the mod, that is important, even though it has an ESP there, you'll recognize that the meshes here are the vanilla meshes. So when you install this mod, it's a replacer. You know, essentially with replacers, there are two types of mod. You have the plugin-less replacer that's going to overwrite the vanilla files, and you have the replacer with ESP where the items that are being replaced have a new ID, so it doesn't overwrite the vanilla files. This one is an ESP and it overrides the meshes of the bone mold armor. So that's I think that's important. It also says RU and it says Russian again and only ESP for English. Well, I definitely should get that, shouldn't I? What do you say? So we don't... I mean, we would learn how to say bone mold armor in Russian. And I'm all for learning. This one we had a look. Thank you. Data. Up. Let's put you in there. Thank you. So that's the second replacer we have. The landscape replacer, the bone mold armor replacer. We also have banners, 2 mods by QWERTY. Long Live the King, HD Royal Banner Retexture. So for that we're gonna have to go to Mournhold. I will at some point. I definitely need to learn the exact name of the Mournhold cells so that I can COC to them, so we can have a look at Mournhold mod without me having to get attacked by the Dark Brotherhood. We'll go and have a look at that. We also have, by the same author, QWERTY, we have the Imperial banners. That's going to be easier to see. I believe if we go to Ebonheart or any fort, we'll see them. We then have retextured vanilla doors by Sireb. Can't you install a cheat mod for that? Sure, I could. The thing is, I already have my cheat mod, you know, the Cargen that puts all my stats at 100 and can teleport me everywhere except Mournhold. And then we have also by QWERTY, so that's 3 texture mods. HD bottles and jugs retexture. When we say HD, we're looking at 2K, I'm guessing. So we have quite a few. My cheat mode is float, it's not complete. Let's have a look at these retextures. We need to see if bone mold ESP is clean. Since we're checking only one mod. Whoops. Hey, hello Zeriver. Good morning. There we go. For a second I thought my bot had died on me. That's how you wake up in the morning. Bone mold armor. There you are. And I want to clean you. So we have the MB weight. But honestly, this is, I say it every time. Do I still spin and jump? We are testing mods, so there's no spinning and jumping. No. I'll try to remember Zeriver, I promise. Yes, those redundant cell MB and cell weight, as far as I know, Test Recommend is the only cleaning tool that finds those. And it's not as bad as Dirty Reference or Dirty Cells, I don't think. So as far as I'm concerned, this mod is clean. Let's go in. We're looking at the banners, the bottles, the landscape, and the bone mold armor. Yes, yes, yes. How is your day going? Is your perma character still alive? Hope? Yeah, Hope still lives. She's still level 1 though, so she's got 2 hours under her belt. Yeah, sure. So yeah, she lives, and we'll find out whether she will live longer or not on Sunday. So that's one of the doors, one of the retexture for the tombs. You know what, I guess I can just equip it. We have already seen, you know what, let's just go straight to Aldvelothi, why not? So we can have a look at the land retextures. I mean, they're fine. And it's true that they're not, you know, jarring. Like in my shaman install, where everything is a little bit too... Yeah, no, that's nice. We want to check the doors as well, sorry. That doesn't look like a retexture. shows. Yeah, okay, looking at that, I don't see the Redorant style doors. We have the common door, the Lalu door, the sewer door. This is for tribunal. Oh, Redorant door. And Velothi and wood. But this one in particular, let's take the shacks. Yeah, it's nice. I mean, if you compare the walls and the door, it shows. So we have the landscape. Where are we gonna find bottles? Surely in the outpost. There is a bottle. Did I see something without an icon? No. We still have the value and weight ratio. Nah. Okay, just one bottle here. It's a bit dark. We'll try to find one and take it outside. So that's the land for this region. Let's have a look at the Azura coast. Teleport. Actually, we can go to Shilgorath region.
Well met.
Whew, right. Nice. I don't know, what do you think, guys? Personally, I really do like them. I really like that. If you want to go for an HD vanilla looking install of your game, I mean that looks like a winner to me. Sorry. Do you take suggestions for mods to review or add to the playthrough? Seriver, are you going to suggest a Russian mod again? I wouldn't do a good job reviewing it because it's not my type of mod. So all I can do is see the amount of work that was put into it. Bitter Coast we've seen. Azura's Coast. Nice. I like that. Every NPC wears a Colovian fur hat mod. You know the problem? The biggest problem with a Colovian fur hat, not only does it look dorky in itself, but also it removes the hair, because essentially it used the hair slot. Like helmet, it's either hair or helmet. Sorry, rat, you shouldn't have done that. Have we seen... No, we need to go to the Ashlands. Margan? No, it's Molagmar, it's the other one. Damn it. I am sorry, I can never tell those two apart. But actually, that works too. Alright, I think we've seen all of the regions, right? You would probably have to adjust everyone's skills. Or do you get a situation like Barbarian not wearing armor? Because that's the thing also, even if you give the hat to everyone, only NPCs with high light armor skill would equip it. if they have anything else in their inventory, they'll prefer it. Or if they're... This is lovely! I really like the... Like, it looks like, you know, there's ashes. Nice. Ah, yes. The illusion is really, really good. I like that. We still want to find out about the bottles. Let's go to Seydanin, where I know I can safely steal bottles.
Yes, stranger?
Oh, come on, Fargoth. We're not strangers anymore. You and I go way back. Is that the only type of bottle you have in here? It's Necessities of Morrowind that adds bottles here. Alright, let's have a look at this one. In broad daylight. HD bottle for you. I know there are bottles. Yes. I mean, there's also quite a few in Ariel's.
Well met, Outlander.
And
Yes?
nah. We'll get a lantern or a torch so we can see better indoors. Hey, Ariel. Sorry, before I talk to you, let's make me rich. That's where I first saw, of course, fully transparent bottles. These are nice as well. Barter, I would like... You have no torches, no lanterns. That is very disappointing. So, exceptionally, so we can see those bottles better, I'm going to crank up the gamma. Well, that's bright. There we go. HD bottles. We now need to see the banners. I'm gonna turn it down. Otherwise, when then you play normally, you can't see anything. Very true, Skink. Never mind. Fastest way to get to an Imperial fort, I think, is gonna be from Balmora. We go to Fort Monmouth under the rain. I want one of my permadeath character to be able to do that one day. Jump from rooftop to rooftop. A dream come true. I really like those landscape textures. Obviously it means that, you know, the trees and everything else, the plants need to be on par. Okay, Fort Monmouth, you'd better have lots of banners for us. It's the ones up there. Fort Monmouth is not big on decorations, it seems. Nice. Let's double check. There might be more indoors. These are not Imperial, obviously. These are not Imperial. Okay, so it's just this one. Whenever I use this testing mod and jump from rooftop to rooftop, I sometimes find myself exclaiming parkour like Harry Dresden did in one of the Dresden Files book. Yet I don't think I finished reading all of the Dresden books. I don't know why I ever stop. Yes, this is not Skyrim, this is Akatosh. and that's the most revered of the 9. So it is indeed the Imperial Sigil and Akatosh. This one is particularly nice. Okay, now we need to go to Moonhold, and to do so we need to sleep and be attacked. Will the Dark Brotherhood attack me even if I sleep in the wilderness? It is indeed the original Morrowind logo. At least the rain stopped. Just to make sure, I'm gonna go to... How long are you going to ignore the voice of the people? The voice of the people or the voice of your people, Zerivar? It's a little different. Of course, thank you, Prof. I was not even reading it. I'm gonna get myself a bed. Because there were enemies about. I don't know, Zerivar. I'm only quoting you when you come in the stream and you say, hear the voice of my people. That's what you say. I'm quoting you. Nothing more. Nothing less. They attack you in the wilderness as well, as long as you're actually sleeping and not resting, waiting, right? Ah! Brilliant. Are you in the Dark Brotherhood? It's amazing how everybody is very chilled. There's an assassin in the house, and they really don't care. Yes, journal. It is true. We may now go to Moonhold. Let's get the whole ghetto. That way, surely other assassins won't be able to come at me, because how can they recognize me? Ebonheart. That would be a city. We might see more Imperial banners. Then again, no. The same one up there. Ekem streamer, what are you saying, Zerivar? Yes. The mainland. Yes. Yes. Okay. Door model. I'm getting a TS3 comment crash on that True Light and Darkness mod you uploaded on Discord. True Light and Darkness, is it the one for sneaking or is the one for the lights? Let's get out. We are looking for the royal banners. That would be it. Let's wait for sunlight. There we go. Oh wow. They look like they've been knitted with gigantic needles. Oh, I can't teleport in here, so I can't get a closer look. I mean, yes, I can by cheating. So there we have it. There was a poll on the Discord. People have spoken. How long are you going to ignore the will of the people? Was that about, again, the Russian mod? You're still asking me about the Russian mod. Other YouTubers have done that much better than I could ever. We have seen the banners, the bottles, the bone mold armor. Stupid me, we have to see the bone mold armor. Let's go back to Aldrin, if the weather's nice.
Greetings, Outlander. Don't I know you from somewhere?
Ouch! Ouch, that looks painful. What happened to you, dude? Owie, ay, ay. And that's clearly that's retextured.
Do you need something
That's the
like
basic
that?
one. That's retextured. That's not the greaves. I don't even want to look at it. Could I have installed this completely wrong? I don't. Oh, hoo-ha. Hey Neb, good morning. Oh, that just looks like they're worse than Six House Creature. Maybe not worse than Space Devil, Six House Creatures, but I still have a feeling that this door doesn't look really retextured compared to the others. Alright, let's see if we can... I'm going to reinstall... there. I'm going to reinstall the bone mold armor. And you know what? I'm gonna try with the Russian ESP in case, I mean I'm not sure, but in case somehow it's the English ESP that got modified in a nasty way. Let's try. I'm not. Zerivar. Untrue, so untrue. Okay, let's see if the Russian plugin fixes does everything. Very Slav. And honestly, I've lived 15 years in Slovakia. I think I'm quite okay with the Slav culture in general. Heck, I've learned to drink a shot of vodka and not cough afterwards. That's my greatest achievement. Okay, we need a guard without a skirt. Aha! And so it is. So, oh, that looks quite nice. So this mod, the new bone mold armor, I must say that I like it very much. However, you gonna have to use the Russian plugin because the English plugin is all over the place, which is weird. Let's see if I can buy a set for myself and try it on. Because I'm going to assume now... Yeah, it looks really cool. I'm going to assume that if you use the Russian plugin... Ah, and we also have a problem with the icons. I'm rich, I'm happy to buy all of it. And pay the asking price as well. I was looking closer at my inventory. I was like, crap, the ragdoll has disappeared. No, of course not. I'm just clad in black. Yeah, it looks very, very cool. Which part is that? Which part is that? Ammo rating 50, weight 4. Could it be the braces? We have the different types of pauldrons even. Let's have one of each so we can have a good look. Yeah, that's the unnamed one. I mean, it is named. Sorry, that's yes, because it's the Russian version of the mod, but we just tried the English version, and the greaves were all wrong. I really, really like it. It's very... I mean, the pauldron looks super HDR than the... Wow, girl streamers have 180 viewers. Nice. Who is streaming? Okay, me really like that. Very cool. So cool, in fact, that I think I would take the time to go in a construction set and and rename stuff. It's not that hard, and it's such a good looking armor. I believe it's worth it. Can I get the boots as well, lady? You don't sell the boots? Oh, that's stupid. We're not gonna have to kill a guard for the boots, are we? Okay, and these are all the texture mods that we have. So allow me to clean up a little bit. This one we tried. If you want a simple tool to redate your ESPs, you don't want to use Rymash. Troublemancer. Oh, nice. Good going. Is she playing Warframe? That's one of the games she plays, I think. So, simple tool to redate your ESPs because you don't like the other tools. This is for you. Continue button. We've seen it a few times. Brilliant. Just like in Life is Strange. Oh, wow. Okay, nice. Continue button, just like in Oblivion. Why wouldn't you want it? Oh, I haven't tried to run sideways. Okay, I'm taking a note of it. Run sideways. Though it's going to be very hard for me to say what it fixes because I never realized that the speed was different when running sideways. Probably because I don't run sideways. Tamrielic lore tooltips, love it. I mean, what's there not to love, honestly? Without having to go and read the books. Yeah, you're gonna take just 10 seconds to find out a little more about the artifacts if you hadn't already. Won't play without it. Simple. The same thing for the ingredients. Definitely want it. It's from Oblivion, that's why. I can't log on and get any reason to think that I like that inferior game. Right. It's like Baldur's Gate and Neverwinter Nights. Really? It's like that? Let's hide that. There. Again, that's great. Tooltip, that's a new mod by Abbott. It's been a while actually, where you have the ratio of the weight and value. Brilliant. When you have to drop something. Again, won't play without it. UI Inspector. I definitely want to play with it a little more. It allows you to resize and move things around. You can, you can see there, for example, this has been resized. I'll fiddle with it so that I can move that away so it's not hidden by, me, yours truly. But good, keep that, definitely. Vanilla Land, Lugion, we had a look. I really like the textures. Look indeed very vanilla, but HD. Was there not to like? Maybe modders will make Sky UI at some point. I'm sure they will make something even better. No pressure on them, but yeah, we're going there. I mean, between the mod config and we'll get there. So this really like. We have the bone mold armor replacer, and the armor looks really sleek, as you said. I like that the yellow is not so bright. It's better fitting for Morrowind. However, I've tried the optional English ESP and something went wrong. You have to go. We will talk about the Slav mods. There's no racism. I won't let you say that. It's just I don't like the mods that are clearly not immersive. I'll see you around, Zerv. Have a good day. So, if you want to have that gorgeous looking bone mold armor, I'd recommend you download the Russian version and then rename the different parts to, their English names. We did have a look at those banners. They look very nice. We did check. I didn't see that one. So but where do we see those banners? Version 2. I don't know where you see that in game. This one we've seen. There's quite a few, yeah. The banners, the bottles, the landscape, and the armor. Okay, that's Tamriel rebuilt. Nice. I can't show you those in game. Nice. Okay, so we had a look at those. We had a look at the doors. I'm a little... That's the Redoran door. I don't know, it looked not as HD as others, but I guess, yeah, this is it. Again, if you want some HD texture, but still the vanilla look, that's definitely what you want. I think it adds gauntlets and braces to the guards. It completes the sets for sure, yes. So we've seen that. Queer to Quit did the banners as well. We now have more HD bottles with smoother meshes as well. Well, it's not picture perfect, but still. Okay, this is starting to clear up a little bit. That would explain the missing icon of the braces in the... That was the Russian version. The Russian version was missing the icons as well. Because the English version, we couldn't look at it. Well, I couldn't look at it with these weird, deformed guards. Yeah. Alright, now we are down to gameplay mods. Actually, no, that's not quite true. We have shaders by Julius's, well, D. Julius's boy. So the replacer work with ESP does not then. The Russian ESP works, and that's how you get the replacer. But you still need to change the names. Okay, that looks really over the top. But anyway, I couldn't try it out because I don't know. These are presets. I don't know how to install presets. Like, they're INI files. I'm not sure what to do with them. If they are FX files, like shaders, I know how to do that and how to tell MG to deal with them. Otherwise, I don't. It's easy, Neb. Well, please do tell me. There was no readme. Just say, install as normal. Install reshade first, then toss this into the main folder. Alright. Me, I simply put them... I had put them in shaders. They're here. They're the INI in there. So, those... Install reshade. It's a separate program or a separate mod, because it said nothing. That's why I was confused, because I looked at what is needed. Is that something on the Nexus? No, I'm guessing not. Okay. Alright, so next week we can have a look at reshade. Reshade me. Advanced post-processing everywhere. Okay. Use preset files, any that can be accurate. Okay, so let's install that. You think it's gonna... I'll download it and I'll try it out and we'll look at it next week. Off stream, fair enough. Also, next week, if I manage, I want to do the UI, and after I reinstall Python, we'll have a look at the dialog finder. Okay, so these, we put that on hold till next week. Alright, gameplay mods, let's do this. We have Keris that put together a couple of his mods together with another one, if I'm not mistaken. So here goes. This mod adds to the list of service refusals in 3 ways. We cannot trade if we have corpus meat or human flesh. We cannot trade ebony or Dwemer artifacts unless we have an Imperial Charter, and we need the hospitality papers to trade with Telvanni traders in Sadrith Mora. Makes sense. Safer that way. Thanks, Neb. Thanks for the advice. However, Khajiits, Thieves Guilds, and non-Telvanni traders in Sadrith Mora will trade with you regardless. You can get the charter. We had something similar last week that I quite like as well. This one seems to be a little more complete. Really loving this what's new on the Nexus. you're lazy to check them. I refrained from looking at them until Sunday, where I download them. But yesterday I saw a few and I downloaded them. Not yesterday, Sunday. Recent activity. Last week we tried so that was last week. No, let's update. No. What was it? We did try a trading mod. Oh, no. Sorry, I'm being completely confused. I know I was looking into them when I wrote my blog entry. Because there was something that I liked. Okay, so that wasn't last week. Forget about it. So this we're gonna try. So we're gonna get some meat, Dwemer item, ebony. What else are we not allowed to trade? And hospitality papers. Now, this sort of mod, I go, yes, finally that makes sense. Then again, even if I'm carrying ebony in my backpack, am I going to open my backpack or empty my pockets when I talk to the trader? It doesn't make sense, does it? Like, if you know you're carrying illegal goods, like moon sugar. I have a handful of moon sugar. Surely, unless the trader has a very, very good nose, they're not gonna know that I'm carrying moon sugar. And even if I have skooma and I carry a few bottles, they have to have a really good eye to detect, to recognize the shape of a skooma bottle in my pockets. So there's that. And then there's the fact that it's so ever annoying when you go to trade and go, oh, you have skooma, and you yourself had completely forgotten that you were carrying skooma. So this makes sense. It improves, it's realistic because those things are illegal. But at the same time, now there's more items that you might be carrying and you will probably forget about them. And the only one that is like the hospitality papers, that makes more sense to me, because when you're in Sadrith Mora, when you want to do something, you would have to present your papers. Would make more sense to be able to trade while carrying them, but if you offer the item, then they're reported to you. Yes. Then, I mean, can we imagine that when you open the barter window, you sort of, take your backpack and you go, oh no, yes, maybe then, because you're a very clumsy shopper and you just pour the content of your inventory on the trader's counter. I can imagine that the traders would go, oh no, not her again, she's gonna leave such a mess. So I don't know, I'm on the fence, but we'll try it, but I'm on the fence whether I should use it, because yes, it makes sense, and no, it's tedious, and then wait a second, how do they even know what I have in my bags? Right. That was Karis's mod. Then we have a mod by Tracker. I don't know Tracker. Tracker has released a couple of things. Oh, 3 things to... Alright. I see, that's why that rang a bell. So we tried last week. We already tried this one, and this is I'm guessing this is the updated version, but released separately as a new mod. Hide the skooma. Yeah, why would you just go, okay, I have skooma and that, but I'm here to sell books. When you're going to a bookseller, there's really no reason why you would show anything. So I think if you're going to talk to someone that buys that sort of items, maybe? I don't know. I remember seeing a mod that did something like that. You couldn't deal with merchants, but it would be you could deal with merchants, but it would be a crime to try and sell the items. Really, if you can find that mod, I would be really, really interested in that, because it really does make sense. Or possibly a mod like to mimic what Oblivion does with stolen items, where your stolen items don't even appear in your inventory. Though I prefer that they do appear, but if you try to sell them, then you're found. Okay, so these 3 mods are actually here. But that one, I believe we've already seen it. We'll see what has changed. Phew. So we have unused spells. This mod adds in the spell effects that were not used in the vanilla game. In the land of Morrowind, they are common spells that can be found anywhere and anyone can use easily. They are uncommon spells that can only be found in one place and only the practiced can use. And there are spells that are so rare that they were thought not to exist, and only those who have achieved mastery can use. Well, not really for the last one. Now that the spells are added, they're useful to the point of the... Okay, right. Not all the spells... Sorry, we have a sip. Not all the added spells are useful, but the point of the mod is to give the player access to the spell's effect. I wouldn't mind, balancing them. The spells have been hidden throughout the game, divided among 3 NPCs. Though if you have mastered Morrowind, you probably already know where to look. Well, I have not mastered Morrowind. I don't know where to look. The strongest, the most powerful wizards, but the most powerful wizards don't teach spells. And what are the spells that are not used? I'm quite curious. You know what? I think we're gonna have to have a look in the construction set to not waste time and go straight to the NPCs that have those spells. Otherwise, it's gonna Fargoth, Maik, and Big Head. That's it. That must be it. Maybe the spell merchant has several spells that nobody else sells. But do you have access to, will he trade with you? Even if you're not Tilvani? Would be funny if these spells were added to boss chests in less often visible caves and tombs. How do you add the spells? I mean, yeah, sure, you can create a scroll, and when you pick it up you learn the spell. That could be nice. We must have the crab merchant. Without him nothing is true. Good morning, Sothasil. Welcome to the stream. And this is called Unused Spells. I should have... Not with a CS, sorry. It's gonna be faster to find what the mod does if I look with the Enchanted editor. And we are looking at not Morrowind, but Morrowind test. See, if I'm gonna install Tamriel Rebuild, that's gonna be yet another install of Morrowind. That's all I have on my hard disk. This is quite ridiculous. Unused spells. Alright, I'm sorry, even if I enlarge it, it's still very tiny, isn't it? And with the chat, you can't see much anyway. Alright, we have... Okay. I shouldn't have done that. Okay. We have Ardarum, It's I don't know who Ardarum is. It's a mage, high elf, member of a guild. I don't know. Do you know where to find Ardarum? Or a script that adds the spell when you click the chest, or pray at some stone. Yeah, something. Anything that promotes freeform self-driven questing would be better than just buying from an NPC. Yes, at the same time, this is how spells are handled in the game. I must say that in Oblivion, and I'm sorry for Onion, but I do like the fact that in Oblivion you can find spell tomes and you can learn from them. I really like that. So we have Ardarume. I don't know that one. Then, okay, let's shrink that. Then we have Lelespirion. You know who that is? Gateway Inn, West Wing. Really? So not even a spell, you know, somebody either from the Telvanni, I guess he or she might be Telvanni? Birion. Todd. Now I disagree. I strongly disagree with that. Nothing against, you know, Todd himself, but Todd is in the Todd testing cell and you're not supposed to have access to it in the game. So how is that fun? You can't get it without cheating. Says the master trainer of mysticism. Ah. Okay. And the spells are Absorb Magicka. Absorb Magicka doesn't exist. Absorb Unarmored, Fortify Attack, Fortify Maximum Magicka, Resist Normal Weapon, Restore Magicka. But these exist, don't they? And Stunted Magicka added as a spell. Okay. It's only a scroll. Ah. I assume it existed because I used it for my Bard mod. So the spell effects, that's it. Like I'm used to seeing all these spell effects because God Howard. Maybe yes, maybe that's what I meant. A spell to restore magicka. Yeah. I mean, the description does say the point is to make them available, whether, you know, without taking into effect or without taking into consideration whether they are useful, balanced, or anything like that. Hey, Nevernos, thank you so much for the host. Good morning, Nev. How are you? Destruction. Oh, okay, so they are all masters. Outside, around the farms near Vivek. Okay, so farms, Vivek, and this one is in the Gateway West. We're not gonna go and talk to Todd. I'm not gonna COC to Todd's cell. And I'm assuming maybe these are the least useful spells that have been given to Todd. You're well. I'm good. Tuesday morning is lovely. Install mods, talk about mods, sip cappuccino, and work later today after lunch. So it's all good. What about you? Do you got anything exciting planned? I am not messing about this time. We're just looking at them. I'm not doing modding just yet. And there's a mod that adds spells that are not put in the game normally. So this is it. That we will have a look at later. Okay, so we know where to go to test those unused spells. Then the same author gave us use curses for curses. Changes cursed items from summoning an enemy behind you to giving you a curse. Why not? In the game files, there was an unused set to have curses. Yes, it is true, there are curses in the construction set, and they're not used. These would act similar to diseases, but have their own spell effect to remove them. This mod adds the curse to the cursed items that are already in the game, just replacing the summon enemy with adding the curse. So instead of having a Dremora appear behind you, you will have a curse. That goes away after some time? No, you need to remove the curse. You think you may work out, go out somewhere and maybe set up a Doom session or something. Nice. Work out. Go for it. Do it. Me, I will try to walk out a little bit at some point. Oh yes, I am. I need to go out. So I'll be going out. That's already something. And a Doom session. Always the very brutal. I feel bad saying that, considering quite brutal in the games as well. How do we feel about that? The mod also adds a few ways to remove the curse. All now non-special tribunal shrines and Imperial Cult altar offer a remove curse option. There is also a scroll added to the level list, and a few NPCs sell a spell. Remove curse does not work like cure disease, which always remove the diseases. Remove curse has varying magnitude, so that it may not always work. But the shrines and the altars always work. This is my first mod that contains modified script, so if you notice anything, please let me know. Okay, sure, will do. We'll have to go to a Daedric ruin, pick up a cursed diamond. Walking out is something. It is something. It is something. If I have only online lessons, I'm quite likely to not go out, which is bad. We want to go to a Daedric ruin. We want to try the shrines. And then, where am I gonna get the spell? We'll see. We'll see. The third mod by Traka is Rebalanced Races, and I am quite certain we've already looked at that. We'll have a look again real quick, just to make sure. Other gameplay mod by Ziran. No more air supremacy. They believe the false tribunal will save them. One day? One day? Of course they will. For they are all powerful and they're gods. So I've been told. Makes you stop blasting those poor guys from above. Skink, you already said, not your thing. This mod simply removes levitation and slow fall when you draw your weapon or ready your spell, or swift casting. Think about it as losing concentration. This always makes other situations more dangerous. After casting levitation or slow fall, quickly exit combat mode or you'll lose these effects. Positive side effects: you can dispel this magic for free whenever you want. Negative side effect: cliff racers. Yeah. Yes, exactly. So we'll have to levitate. I don't know how I feel about that. I like the idea that, because anything that makes the combat unfair, well, it doesn't give you a lot of satisfaction, right? You levitate, you shoot arrows, or you cast your spells and your enemies are just running in circle like, you know, lamb to the slaughter. So that makes sense. But then cliff racers, you'll have to learn to actually fight them. Let's hope it's coded in a way it doesn't have your FPS. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. And I believe, yes, there is a second mod by Ziran, Death and Resurrection. And this one makes use of the latest script extender. Yeah, he already knew that. He still made the mod. I know, right? So, this is a heavily modified version of Death 2 by Max. I've been given permission to upload this. I remember, I think it was a Fligety mod where when you die you become a ghost and you have to find your body again, but I think that was Fligety. So this Death 2 mod by Max is probably different. Death will take attribute points away from you if or when killed, so it's better not to die too much. You will be resurrected at the nearest temple rarely much weaker. Must return to where you got killed and pay attention not to die again. Try not to die. Or the penalty will be higher than in consecutive normal deaths. Penalty is configurable in-game, opening the console. Okay. X is the percentage of each attribute that will be lost. Default is 2.5. So when you die, if you have 50 strength, you will lose 1.25 point of strength. But is that for absolutely every stat? Yeah, I did try the ghost mode as well, and it didn't work very well because, well, heavily scripted, I guess, or my machine. So I didn't use it. This looks quite interesting. That looks interesting. So we're gonna go in and die close to a temple so we don't have to run too far. That's the idea. And so we are gonna go and have a look at, we're gonna try to trade. We're gonna get a spell that was removed. We'll start a character to have a look at the races. So that's the third. We will try to pick up a cursed item. We will levitate. And we will die. Could be in any other order. We'll see. And that will keep it for later. Okay, let's do this. We want to make sure that everything is clean. That was me testing the tool to redate. So up. You know what? Let's just clean everything. You can go away. You can go away. Morrowind test data file and fix it. How I love this command. It's anticlimactic, you think? Alright, what did we clean? We cleaned bone mold armor, but these are not really dirty, I don't think. Fable Wind needs to be cleaned. It has a couple of duplicate records and a couple of junk cells, so it needs to be cleaned. And the rest is good. Fable Wind needs cleaning. Let's go in. Try those spells and those death as well. Ooh. And it messes up with the door in Seidenin. Zensus uns trumd. And the language is not all that good. And you know what I realize? Even if I go new character, I won't be able to test mod, die, repeat. Such is my life. Allow me to quit for a second. We don't want the mod testing. So Fable Wind, even cleaned, messes up something with the door. I'm guessing it's got to do something to do with the language. Zensus. It can't find the door in the Zensus. Well, of course it cannot find it. Remind me, if I don't remember myself, to have a look at the warning files after that. Because I'm guessing it's not just the door that will be looking for objects in a cell. Ooh, we get to race.
What's your name? Well,
Let's do this.
not even last night's storm could wake you. I heard them say we've reached Morrowind. I'm
So
sure
we
let's
have.
go. Quiet. Here comes the guy.
Promise you, I don't mind vanilla textures, but the bodies.
Come with me.
No, what am I doing? What am I doing? I wasn't sure if I had the caps on. Ooh, that was lucky. I mean, I was killed. I did have the caps on. I'm just that slow.
This is where they want you. Head down to the dock and I'll show you the facility.
Yes.
You finally arrived.
I have.
Records don't show who went.
Don't. Yes, I guess you could say that. Okay, so Argonian have gill breathing. Argonians always had water breathing as a power. I'm not sure that it was 400 seconds. And hissed sap. That makes them resist disease and poison. But not as much as they normally do, right? Normally they have immunity to poison or to diseases, one or the other. The proportion didn't make sense. This is an old game, and I promise you when it's modded, the bodies are beautiful. Mixed blood. Resist magicka has been reduced a little bit, has it? Come on, Skink. You're only saying that because you like to be completely immune to poison as an Argonian. That doesn't mean anything about the mod as a whole. And again, this is always a matter of personal taste. Ashen skin resist fire. They normally have 75. Ancestor Guardian with some Sanctuary. It's 120 seconds, so it has been really extended. For now, I don't see anything that shocks me. Well born. So all the powers have been renamed to something a little more RPG, I guess, rather than simply descriptive. Completely immune to diseases, but weak to, well, magicka and all elemental magics. But more magicka. Not to nitpick. Nerf everything. But we talked about it last week. We did talk about it last week. And I do prefer a high resistance rather than a complete immunity. But again, personal taste. Just to nitpick a little bit, if you're well born and if you're used to living in a, clean, like a noble person, nice area. Hello, Polly Thomas. We greet you warmly as well. 3 blessings to you, Sarah. How are you? Yeah, I was gonna say, normally it's when you live in dirty area, so the poorer quarters, shall we say, you have a higher resistance to diseases because you're exposed to them. Whereas if you live on the high-end side of the town, in better conditions, you're not exposed to diseases, and you should be weaker to them, I think. So I'm not saying that the Altmer should not resist common diseases, but with the Wellborn, it doesn't work. Never play an Enwa. Why not? You can play an Enwa. Take pride in the title. You mean the stuck-up elf battle disease better than my superior wizard? This Skink, you're gonna have to take it to the mod author. I do not take responsibility. So I would... The disease 100%. I think it's to make up for the weakness to everything else. These have 200 points. That's a lot. That's a stunning attack. Charm. The values may have been changed. Playing a beast race in the 3rd era. If you can't wear shoes, you'll have the blues. Feeling pretty poetic today. You're feeling well. I'm glad to hear it. Well, read it. So the values may have been changed, but the powers are the same. Jeet, Night Eye, for a much longer time, I think. And probably stronger as well. Personally, I really like the toggle Night Eye, because you're a cat, and what you can see as a cat, you can see it, no? They belong plowing Dunnery fields, suffice to say. Sotasil, how haughty of you. Does it come from being a god and you look down on everything, everyone? Which ones? Okay, I don't want to know. I'll let you discuss that. So I do like toggle Night Eye as a power, as well as toggle water breathing, or even constant, I don't know. We have Storm Voice. Resist Frost and Shock. Yeah, that's an updated version. So that's super duper mod. Sorry, Nev. Sorry, you'll have to wait a little longer to lose your septims. I feel that Frost reduced to 25 may be a little much. It was 100% or 75. On the whole, I would go a plus minus 25%. Frost damage on touch. Why not? And the shield. Change children. Resist magicka, why not? And Berserk, extra health, extra fatigue, extra attack, but you lose the agility. That's the same as last week. Well, technically, Sotasil is an equal opinion of every being, has an equal opinion of every being, but let's just pretend he's a slave boss. Fair enough. You wish you had a sword, Nev. Well, I mean, that is a very fair point. I wanted to tell you, if you want to be a mod, I think I would be very happy to give you a sword. It is the updated version as last week, but it's been released as a different mod, which I think just updating it would have been enough. Okay, for the sake of this, let's be let's be a cat. Thank you.
Great. I'm sure you'll fit right in. Follow me up to the office and they'll finish your release.
Will do. I don't want to alt tab right now, but I'll see that you get a sword. I'm warning you, you don't have an allowance, a septim allowance.
Yes.
Okay,
we've been
we
expecting
had
you.
a look
You'll have
at
to be
the
recorded before you're
races.
officially released. There are a few ways we can do this, and the choice
I'm not sure I
is
want a
yours.
weak level 1 character to go and test the curses and everything. So, I'll reactivate my cheaty mod. And we'll look at Fablewind later. I don't want to have errors in there, because then I wouldn't be able to tell if interesting. Let's try that again. If you continue and then you cancel, good, it quit. Let's try that again. I clicked on continue and then I changed my mind. No. Interesting. We'll have to tell Pete about that. If you click continue and then you cancel, apparently the rest of the menu disappears. Leaving you no other choice but to brutally quit Morrowind. So a new game. It is true, it's true, it's not so often we have Sotasil himself paying us a visit. Then just starve some of the goblins in Morrowind when I get to it. They are goblins, but they're pretty strong. Let's get a weapon, thank you for that. Okay, we want to get some Corpus meat, ebony and Dwemer items.
What shall we talk about?
Let's go to Aachen. You know the place, right? Goodness, I jump too well that I actually missed the rooftop. Unbelievable. Prof, what would I ever do without you? I still need to get the Dwemer. It lets me have every single ingredient there is. Now I just... There we go. We have corpus meat. I will take some scrap metal. Because it's different. In my other game I need to hold shift to select the number, but it doesn't. It's the other way around with this one. Ebony. I think in Seidanin we were supposed to talk to Ergala to get the charter. I would like to order a goblin replacer. Morrowind to... Actually, you know, Skink, I have seen... It's not quite that. It's not Morrowind to... Wow, wait. You want the Morrowind goblins in World of Warcraft? Or the other way around? I have seen there is a replacer for the Oblivion goblins to use the Diablo goblins, if I remember. We have the meat, we have the ebony, we may have something Dwemer. I'm still gonna go to the Dwemer ruin and get, you know, anything. A cup, a bowl, a tube, whatever. Sothasil is easily the most godly god ever. Well, he's certainly the most mysterious and therefore gets a lot of attention.
You won't escape me that easily.
The truth about the tribunal is coming out. Oh, cliff racer. I heard it. Let's find the nearest shelf. It's so dark. Do you think these count as Dwemer items? I would prefer, you know. There we go. Alright, we have everything. Let's go trade. And we're gonna go straight to Sadrith Mora. So we can trade without the hospitality papers first. Hurt myself just a little bit. Are you actually a member
Yes,
of
stranger.
House Talvani? Hospitality papers. Fair enough, fair enough. Let's go get the hospitality papers. It's blinded him to the true threats. Wait, he was building... We still have the bone mold armor replacer. Hey, Evanos!
Join me.
You never gave up. I really like this bone mold armor. I really do. I'm gonna have to fix the English version essentially. got mistaken. Sorry, this is where I get the papers. I got distracted by the bone mold armor. That's what happened. West Wing, we have to buy something here, don't we?
What does it ask?
Not from a slave, I don't think. There
This
you
is
go.
unexpected.
Unexpected
but not
indeed.
unwelcome.
But
Please go ahead.
I have corpus meat. She won't trade with me. You got me, lady. It's true. I'll plop it on your bed. Why have the bars in 2 location? That's what I do when I actually play the game, because then you can't see when I'm almost dead, and you don't want to miss that moment, that precious moment where my life, magicka, and fatigue dwindle. So I did put them up there so that, you know, the cup and Cheesy or me won't hide it. That's why. But as soon as I fiddle around with the Pete's UI mod, I will try to move it slightly up so I don't have to do that. Okay, now, she wouldn't trade with me with the corpus meat, but she's fine with the ebony, she's fine with the Dwemer items. What is your special spell? These are the 2. Absorb magicka. And absorb an armored. Absorb an armored? I don't know. I don't know. So we have 2 of the unused spells. And we have tested the corpus. Let's try training. Yeah, she doesn't mind. She doesn't mind the other items though. I'm more intrigued by the Telvanni helm. If Sothasil still walked this earth, he possibly could have become the next Amaranth, you think?
It wants something. What does
We want to get the hospitality papers.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Thank you. Alright, let's go back to that. I was gonna say Fargoth. Let's go back to that wood elf trader and see. Alright. I have the hospitality papers, and he doesn't mind that I have raw ebony or a Dwemer tube. So that's not good. That's not the way it should be.
Yes?
Do you know what? I think Sothasil could do something cool with the whirring sound of mechanism. It should be, yes. Now I'm wondering if there's something with the mod order. We are... Do I have it? I have it activated, yeah, for sure. This is it, the service refusal expanded. And we did have, they won't trade with us if we have corpus meat. We do have imperial goods, namely Dwemer and ebony, but we don't have the charter, and yet they traded with us. And there was neither a Khajiit or a thief guild or you know, anyone that would normally. And it is also, let's push it back so that it is the last mod to load, and we'll see if that's a mod conflict. Okay, good. Now it's the last thing to load. And once again, we can use the sexy continue button, just like in Oblivion. Yeah, no. Still agrees to barter with me. So that's not good, buddy. The corpus meat refusal works. The hospitality paper works. However, they agree to trade ebony with me even if I don't have the charter. I'm gonna go to... Sorry, that's not where I want to go. I'm gonna go to Sadanin. Teleport. Town. More. Crap. Better be careful. Teleport. Town. There we go. We'll try and talk to Ariel to make sure that this trader was not the only one that somehow had no problem with our illegal goods. I didn't take skooma, by the way. Aha! So he refuses to trade with me because I have some Dwemer items. Why would the Telvanni agree to trade with the Dwemer items in my inventory? Okay, Ariel. How about now? Roy Bunny, I do have Roy Bunny, you got me. Is that Roy Bunny, or are you happy to see me?
But not
It's
on
Roy
mine.
Bunny. Okay, we're good.
Go ahead.
You think that's why? It depends on what they would buy on vanilla. Okay, good. Makes sense. Which is exactly the sort of filter we were talking about before. I think I need to talk to Gala to get the charter. If I remember. You're kidding me. Why would you be locked? That's because I didn't go through the... because I didn't go through the tutorial. And you know it gets unlocked when you talk to him. Ah, yes. Well, you don't have anything about the charter. Let me see. You can get an imperial through means of high reputation, affiliation, or through gaining ranks. Well, he doesn't have more information, but I don't have any of those conditions to actually get it. Poor him, he's got nothing to tell me. Because I haven't talked to anyone, so none of the topics, you know, that you have normally. Hey! Welcome, thank you so much for following. Make yourself comfortable. Okay, I think, let me quick save, but I do think that factions, Imperial Legion, become highest rank. You are now the highest rank in the Imperial Legion. I still assume that you're gonna have to go to Ebonheart to get the charter. Maybe that's just Ergala had nothing to tell me, so let's try. Baldwin has nothing to tell me either.
What can I do?
Could be that the topic hasn't been enabled. Yeah, I haven't talked to a lot of people. So, something. Yeah,
Please, by all
Ebonheart is
means,
not... I mean,
I
New
listen.
Ebonheart is not much of a city. Topic... Charter. I don't know if the topic for the charter doesn't appear because I've done nothing in the game. And, you know, the topics don't appear until you've had them in blue at least once. Or they're added via script. In that case, I don't know if Carrie sort of assumed that by the time you talk to anyone about it, you would have the dialogue for Ebony or the Ebony Company. We'll have to see. Okay, so that worked. We have tried to deal with illegal goods. We did get ourselves a spell. And we want to go to a Daedric shrine to get a curse. Where am I? I'm in Ebonheart. I don't think there's a Daedric ruin nearby. I mean, there's Balfell. Is that Daedric? I'm not even sure. I know where we'll go. Hopefully we have cursed rubies and diamonds in there. I mean, what sort of Daedric ruin would that be? Oh, bummer. Where's your entrance? Don't be shy. Where's your door? Ouch. That definitely looks like a door. Okay, big statue, exactly, that's what we wanted. And a single emerald, which is a valuable green gem. Thank you, Tooltip. And something is attacking me. Guys, can't you let me get a curse in peace? No respect. No respect for the curse seekers, right? I've never heard someone wish for a cursed item. Eldorado all over again. I don't know. I mean, what we do today is a bit different from anything else. Alright. Right now I have no effect going on. I picked up the emerald and I have a Daedric curse. Oh, sugar. That's some serious curse. You don't mess around with the Daedra. 30 points of agility, 40 points of endurance, 30 points, it's between 20 and 40 points removed from my stats. So when you're level 1, I mean I started at 100 with everything because cheated. Ouch. Before the various patches, a lot of people wanted cursed items so you could activate them over and over and farm Dremora for their weapons. Yeah. Not so much now. Not so much. Okay, we're gonna have to try and remove the curse. To do so, we want to go to a shrine. We'll find one in Aldrin. Uncharted Eldorado. Isn't the film animated? Wait, there is an animation, I think. I'm sorry, I'm not up to date with my cartoons. Okay. Sure. Remove curse. My curse has been removed. How do we feel about that? I feel in favor of a mod that puts the curses back in the game. I mean, the curses are used in certain mods to have negative effects. You know, depending on the quest mod or the dialogue, whatever's happening. So why not have the curse? However, with with the gems in the Daedric ruin, you know you're going to be cursed, right? In that case, you're not going to pick it up. Simple as that, especially if there's a couple of them. I don't know if the curse gets applied twice. You know, if the effects accumulate. Where am I gonna find another? Let's New texture for the door. Aldrin, what do we have near Aldrin? Don't really have anything. I'm thinking of another Daedric ruin. There is one. I was thinking about the old Disney animation, which is all I know about the title, really. Well, apart from, you know, the historical El Dorado, yeah. Sorry, Cliffies, I don't really want to deal with you. There should be a ruin not too far, like we passed Bal Isra, and if we continue northwest, there should be one on the other side of the mountain. Also, let's do Magicka, Levitate. Now, this is a bit different because it adds a constant Magicka, Levitate. But if I draw my weapon, boom, it cancelled even the constant effect. Why the picture in the HUD? Hello, Null. That's I mean, we don't need it right now, to be perfectly fair. It's when I actually play the game, and you know, there's the cup and the things, and it hides the HUD. But right now, we can do without. Is that better? Is that better? What did I want? I want to put the levitation back on. So, I don't... Skink. I won't allow you to say that. You can say it's a mod you're never gonna want to use, because it doesn't go with your gameplay. We could make a mod that pushes the HUD up for your overlay. Well, actually, no. Let me levitate again. And we were looking at this one, and I was quite certain that somewhere in there, I mean, I did change some things. Oh, there it is, actually. Yeah, there it is. Why didn't I see that before? Why didn't I see that before? So there, I thought I was gonna tweak it later on, but that's all I ever wanted. Oh. There. Just get it higher. I wish I could just hold it, but okay. I'm done being fussy about everything. Just a little higher than cheesy. And there. What? Well, I'm glad I gave it another try. I don't know, maybe could it be... What could it be? I looked at the menu and I saw how to make it wider, increase the height, and I didn't see the... So casting levitation or, you know, any potion while you have your weapon drawn does absolutely nothing. I don't know, I quite like this levitation mod. Because levitation is such a powerful spell, and it does make sense that it would take a lot of your concentration. Did I remove my racial power? I don't think I did. And all I have is Ancestor Guardian. Yeah, where is my resistance? That's odd. I should have, especially since we do have... What do I want? This is what I want. We are trying out... Did I activate it? That. Lessen racial power, and when we looked at the description, There was Ashen Skin for the Domners that gave them only 25% resistance to fire, but there should be something. And I'm not getting it. No, don't do anything. Don't. Hang in there, Morrowind. We're doing things, but it's fine. It's fine. So, yeah, that is odd that I don't even have that. We'll have to see again if it's the race mod that does that. Seems like a likely culprit. You haven't gotten... No, Cliffy, I guess I'm totally over it. Right? Am I completely wrong in thinking there should be a Dwemer ruin somewhere along this bad oversight? If so, possibly, but that's... Okay, let me get to the Dwemer, the Daedric ruin. I want to see if picking up multiple gems is going to give you multiple curses. There it is. Okay, good. The UI. I'm so happy that I worked it out. I don't know why I didn't the first time round. Sorry, Scampy. We are only interested in the cursed... Yeah, there we go. One curse item. Oh. Oh. I only realize now that the multi is not just a HUD there, but it's also the mini map and the magical effects. We'll play with that. So anyway, my curse right now, again, 20 to 40 points. That's a serious curse. You don't mess with the Daedra. And if I pick up a second one, it doesn't do anything. Okay, good to know. So if you decide to face the curse of the Daedric Princess, picking up their soul gems and everything, not soul gems, gems, they don't add, they don't, you know. So that's good. What else do we have to check? So curses, I don't know about curses. I think I prefer quite like, you know, Disturb the Dead, where if you're raiding the tomb, you can get a curse for, you know, disturbing the tomb. Whereas here, picking up the items, just don't pick them up unless you know the spell. But we've tested it. We have done the curse. Next up, we did test levitation, and we know that drawing the weapon is going to break our concentration, and readying a spell will do the same as well. Hello 72. It's not a new start. We're not really playing, we're testing all kinds of mods. We've tested a good dozen of them right now, and just now I tested a mod that makes it so that when you pick up a gem in a Daedric ruin, you get a curse, and a nasty curse at that. Also, we have another mod. When you levitate, you can levitate, but the moment you draw your weapon, or the moment you get ready to cast a spell, it breaks your concentration and you fall down. So you can't levitate and fight, essentially. That's the idea. We have to test... Oh, dying is the last thing we want to test. Brilliant. So looking forward to that. Except I want to die close to a temple. Does levitating and drawing a weapon remove curses? I don't think so. That would be an odd way of curing or removing a curse. Really. Standard potion of silence. I've resisted the magic. No fun. Let's teleport to some place with a temple. Balmora. The difficulty is, can we find something that can kill us? It's gonna be hard. Oh, I see what you mean. Let's try it. we go. Levitate. Do you think that could have removed my special effect? Okay. Whoa. Nah, not the curse. Curse is still there, as is Chameleon. We can test it easily with a new character. See if my new character even starts with a resist fire in the first place. And I do not. Another explanation could be with my testing mod. We'll see. Yeah, I think the reason why I have that is because last week or a couple of weeks ago we tested Pete the Goat large UI menu, well, large menu buttons. And to do that, I take the option in MCP, and so these think that they're really wide when they're not. That's why they're not centered. So that's why. No. We're gonna have to raise the guard just long enough to see if I keep my resist fire.
There you go.
There we go.
You were dreaming.
I was.
What's your name?
Same as last time.
Not even last night's storm could wake.
You notice how he doesn't repeat my name? It's because he's confused as to how to pronounce it.
Quiet. Here comes the car.
This is where you get off.
Yes.
Come with me.
Get ready. Ah, sucker. So easy to beat you. Can somebody make a mod where the guard is gonna be smarter, better UI, AI, sorry, faster? 'Cause the poor guy is just getting stuck. I mean, it's not even fun racing him. Where did he go anyway? Ugh. See? Not fun racing him. I don't even understand how I could possibly lose the race
This is where they
ever.
want you. Head down to the dock.
Let's get serious.
You finally arrived.
I have.
Our records don't show from where.
Okay, Ashen Skin, resist fire 50%.
Great.
Unfortunately,
I'm
we
sure
have
you'll
to go
fit
through
right
the
in.
rest of the process
Follow
to
me up
see
to the office
what's
and they'll
happening.
finish your
Can
release.
remember one time the game glitched out and I could sleep in those hammocks in the sheep. Huh. You got attacked by the Dark Brotherhood before you even have a race. Or a body, for that matter. Because you can't even see yourself.
Ah, yes.
Yes,
We've been
expecting
expecting
you.
you. You'll have to be recorded before you're officially released.
Let's do
There are
that.
a few ways we can do this, and the choice is yours. Very good. The letter that preceded you mentioned you were born under a certain sign.
Critical situation, guys. Not sure how long I'll be able to stream without coffee.
Interesting. Now, before I stamp these papers, make sure this information is correct. Show your papers to the captain when you exit to get your release fee.
Continue through to the next building and talk to Salastradis.
Ah, you had hands. Default, yeah, because in a construction set, player NPC is by default dumb now. So we have it. So clearly there must be... What? I have weakness to magicka? No way. Oh, there's something going on with the races. Because Elfborn, this is what you get when you're an Altmer, right? You get the extra magicka, but you're very weak to it. So something's wonky there. Anyway, all we want to do right now is to die. So I'm sure we'll be able to do that. Tell me to go. There we go. I just need the money. We'll go to Balmora and die close to the temple. Because normally, if the mod works as described, how I enjoy going in the water and not being soaked. It's a feeling of freedom. I picked the apprentice. Thank you, Skink. Duh.
We make a special trip just for you. Say you will.
I could actually think this world is too horrible. Why is it I sometimes kill myself by mistake, and here I am jumping to my death and I'm fine? Would you care to explain that to me? Isn't it 100%? 100% weakness to magicka? That would be horrible. Weird inventory. Why would you say that? Oh, the weight. Let's go die close to the temple. There's usually a Nyx hound or a rat. I'm sure they can kill me easily.
Don't press your luck. Your honor.
Yeah, I could have done that, but I just went straight to Balmora because I want to die close to a temple, as I'm supposed to go from the temple where I am reincarnated. Yeah. Now, kneecapping is terrible, but shattered ankles, you just get over. Like, good. Okay. By the time I find the Nyx hound or the rat or whatever it is, I should be exhausted and ready to die. Oh. Oh, I never attack those. Kill me. Kill me now. Do it quick. Keep at it. Good, Thump Thump. Do it. That's right. That's right. Friscobar died from a small fall. He had almost maxed inventory. Oh, of course, because I'm not carrying enough. Oh, come on, Ratty, help. Well, I never look at the animations. It's really odd that way. Neck hurts a bit, doesn't it? And my stats right now, 40, 40, 30, 50, okay. You could become Nerevarine and Hortator by the time this script kills you. Possibly, unless it's permadeath. In which case, I'm sure I would find other ways to die. Not heroic ways. Come on, come on. You can do it. Keep it up. Teamwork. There we go. You died. After pressing OK, press escape to save, and then again to exit, then reload the game. Oh. Save. Dead. Load. Doesn't that defeat the purpose though? Yeah, I believe I did that. Oh, I need to exit. Oh, right. Oh. Escape to save, and then again to exit, then reload the game. Then that's bad. That really defeats the purpose of the mod, I think. Because this mod means that when you die, you respawn at a temple. Great. Death cursed you! All your skills are lost, but at least you can walk. Return to where you were slain and regain your skills. A voice spoke in your mind, granted somehow with invisibility. Avoid any action that may remove it, but it happens. Okay. Okay, I look super weird. And I'm guessing to grant me invisibility, my gloves of despair. Okay. Okay. Obviously, my biggest problem with the mod is that you need to save, exit, and reload. And the only thing that would make me use that mod, yeah. But that's what it says. The reason why I would want to use that mod is to have a more immersive way. You die, you have to go to your body again. You don't reload, basically. You don't reload. You have another way to handle your death. So... What's this? You found something that resembles your corpse. You touch it and it disappears. You feel reborn, skills are recovered, but suddenly death curses you again. A permanent curse this time. You feel weaker. Since you died and reborn, you have now the opportunity to choose another birth sign if you wish. Okay, I like that. Re-equip your enchanted items with constant effect to regain their abilities. Any disease will be gone except corpus. If you have a bounty, you still have it. -1 to all my stats. But now I can run away quickly from you. So... I still have my Asian skin. So, I don't know, what do we think of this mod? I like the idea of when you die something happens and you have to get back to your body. I mean, we have that in quite a few games, like Diablo, for example. And dying costs you something, not money, but you're somewhat weaker. It's not horrible because you can level up. I like it, but the whole business of reloading... I'm gonna die again to make sure I actually have to exit the game and reload. That's the worst of all. Can I help you kill me? Probably not. Ratty, do what you can. We'll ask the scrib to help. Scribby, thump thump, thump thump thump. You still hate me? No. The whole business of having to save, having to exit and reload makes the whole death thing more tedious than just reloading your game. Well, is there any way we could execute that better? No? No? Using nifty scripting? Could it be an add-on to your permadeath game where you can choose how many times you can survive, but every time you survive you lose some stats? I like the idea, I really do. I like that you find your body. I don't know who made the game actually. Let's have a look before I die. It is Death and Resurrection. Ziran, oh yes. That is the same person who made the No More Levitation. I don't think he's on the Discord, but I like the mod. I want to see what happens when I only save and... Oh, I did try. If I save and reload, I'm still in the wilderness and dead. I really need to quit the game. Come on, guys. You can do it. And this is the last thing we want to test from this batch of mods, anyway. More. Sorry, Nev. Otherwise, losing 1 attribute point every time you die, I think it's fine. I would, obviously I wouldn't use that. Pressing OK, press escape to save. Then again to exit. Yeah, the whole... Dead. D-E-D. Dead. Alright, we've tested that. So, service refusal worked as intended. We did find some of the unused spells, and after looking in the editor, some spells like Restore Magicka, they do give pause, and you wonder if they should really be in the game. That being said, the author did say the point is to add those spells without any consideration for balance, immersion, or even how useful they could be. The races, well, matter of taste, really. Whether you want to not have your... Cool. Good now. I was going to PM him, but definitely, I would love to see that mod improved. So this one, we talked a lot about it last week and today, so I think we've covered it. The curses... I actually would expand the mod to urns and tombs, actually. That would be done quite easily. Oh. No more air supremacy. I like that. I like that one. I think it makes sense. Levitation is actually a very... Unless... Or, to make it even better, maybe, instead of... No matter what, when you're levitating, if you get your weapon ready or your spell ready, instead of no matter what, it cancels levitation. It should be based on your skill in your alteration skill. If your alteration is 80 plus, then clearly you're good enough to keep the levitation effect and do anything else. If it's 50, well, it's 50-50. Sometimes you lose concentration and fall down, and if it's less than 50, then you're always gonna break concentration. I would make it like that, because if you're a master at alteration, then there's no reason why you would break. No skink, because what I had for my testing mod, it was giving me a constant effect of levitation. And that effect was gone. So I believe even if you get yourself an enchanted item with constant levitation, it's going to remove the effect and you're going to have to equip the item again. That's my guess. It wouldn't be as bad if NPCs with spell could levitate and come after you. Something to make it more balanced, yes. And even an NPC with high alteration is never going to use levitation, is it? Then the mod is borked. It's not borked. Yeah, I understand that it doesn't make sense. That if you're not actually casting the spell, then it should be fine. Something to do there. Something to do there. For no more air supremacy. And death and resurrection, yes. Yes, please. Tweak it so that it's more... I was going to... Flawless is not what I want, but you know, so that from death to resurrection it happens flawlessly. Okay, and we're down to these. We have Actually useful temple scratch that created a bug where her corpse fell through the ground when she died. Wait, I skipped something. The only time I've seen that was a quest mod, and the enemy had a constant levitate item created a bug and her fell through on the ground when she died. Huh. Maybe the engine cannot really handle. Wait a second. Companions are going to levitate with you, especially if they use Grumpy's mod or something more recent. I don't know. Food for thoughts. Actually useful temple artifacts. We have the Cleaver of St. Films and the Crociers of St. Luthis. That's a mod by Gracid that has given us quite a few mods over the summer. And not just this one. That one I've added to my permadeath, and I've made it a goal. It's one of my goals for my permadeath to reforge the bipolar blade. We did try that one, I remember that. We did try that one, that was good. This one I didn't try because it was hard to show, and the others was a longer time ago. So how are they actually useful? I'm guessing it's simply changes the clean up GMSTs. Nice. Changes the enchantment, doesn't it? So the Cleaver of St. Films does, thank you, gives you a constant fire shield, but it drains your magicka. What happens when... Okay, let me get the idea. I want to try that in game. I want to get the ID so I can console it in. Time for you to get ready for work. Well, have a good day as well, Prof. Thanks a lot for stopping by. You know what? I'm just going to plop them inside and in the office. And see you... Well, see you soon. You know, see you around. Twitch, Discord, either way. Okay, and we want the Crozier and what was the other one? I'll check again. Weapons. Don't be shy. And the look is quite, you know, quite unique. So it's alright, when it's not modded, it has the enchantment St. Luthis. St. Luthis. So the regular enchantment is damage health on self, blind on self, and disintegrate armor on self. Cast when strike. Yeah, I could see how this is not considered very useful. I can see that. And the other one we want to see is the Cleaver of St. Film. Oops. Cleaver of St. Films. Good. And its enchantment is St. Films. Makes sense. There it is. And the regular enchantment is a feather and drain magicka on self. Cast when strike. Fair enough. Up, let's try that. We're gonna have to clean it. Alright, so we'll check those new enchantments. I'm not sure how the drain magicka is handled when you, like, if you equip it multi times, it's going to drain your magicka every time? I'm not sure. Fable Wind by Tell Shadow. Experience the world of Albion just as you did in Fable, the last chapters, but the only difference is the fact that you can go off course and explore Albion, but also returning to the many locations we love in the original game. I plan on making all the locations as played. Currently we have all of these. You can have a walk around and have a see at the progress I'm making, as well as what to expect in other locations. Also, with the fact that I'm adding books and landscaping areas, you could never walk around in the game because it was always path based. Okay, the way to get to Albion is a Seidenine. Okay, you must go to the lighthouse on the water's edge. A ship will be waiting for you on the docks. Someone called a warden. Okay, so we want to go to Seidenine to visit Albion, and we want to get the weapons and check the enchantments as well. This, I don't know. I don't know what to make of this. Morrowind 2 re-upload, and the description says nothing at all. The old was taken down, here's a re-upload. I don't know what that means. The old was, I mean, I know what it means, but I don't know what the mod is about. Using the Wayback Machine, I dug up another copy, here's a re-upload. Sure. And then when you download the file, you don't have a readme. And when I see the Austin Power Furnace, what does it do? It adds some weapons. It changes some tapestries. It changes the music a lot. Well, I can tell from that it's gonna be quite a bit of a jog mode. That's the only screen there is. So really the very best of Morrowind. Sure, we've already cleaned it. There it is. And I definitely want my... Not both, you silly. Not both. And what is the other one we want to test? Fable Wind. My own testing mod to get the weapons. And Morrowind 2. Did I even put it in there? Does it even have an ESP? Morrowind 2 ESP. Did I install that? I may have tried to just resist it. Yeah, I don't think I installed that. Done. Morrowind test. Suspense. Replace. Here it is. Okay, I think we're gonna clean that real quick. With a fix it all for me, thank you. I mean, there's going to be mine that's going to be full of GMSTs, obviously. That's it. I'm guessing that's Morrowind 2. Are we done cleaning? No, we're not. Clearly, I've kept the best for the end. Okay, so what we had. test had the GMSTs, obviously, because I only had Morrowind enabled, so that's why we cleaned it. Morrowind 2 had a bit of everything. No GMSTs though. Just a bunch of junk cell and dirty references. And I think that's it, because the rest we've already cleaned it. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's go. Hopefully having this won't prevent me from exploring Albion. We'll see. That was and I wanted to check my warning, because this has been made clearly with a German construction set. Clearly we have different music already. Oh, wow. Hello, Deviath. I'm Deviath Fear, but my background is no importance. I'm here to welcome you to Morrowind 2. Oh my goodness. I'm not scared. Yes, you're playing Morrowind 2. I don't know why you're here, but things have changed a lot since the first Morrowind game. And I'm here to help you learn the ropes. Okay. First thing first. There is no more duties to deliver a package to Caius Cossadis in Balmora. You can cross that off the list. It's not going to happen in Morrowind 2. The Empire is losing its grip on Vardenfell, despite Seidonin growing into a bustling city. Oh, Seidonin. Okay. Anyways, if you want to get off the boat, you'll need to get the key off from my corpus assistant. Lovely. He's upstairs. Not big on punctuation, are we? We can activate everything. Yeah? You like that? Okay. Well, it makes sense. Deviath Fear has Gala 2.0. You know what? Let's be an Argonian with no immunity to poison. More? There's more, okay. Brilliant. Be the blank race? There's such a thing as a blank race? Oh, you're ugly. Howdy, now Everine, are you looking for the latest rumor? Maybe you're in need of a little advice. No, I want a key on how to tackle the wild and wacky world of Morrowind 2. If you complete a quest for me, maybe I'll let you know a little secret. Or have you come here to ask me about my background? Do you want to learn about Morrowind lore? No. Ah. Okay. Above Argonian. Oh, wow. Is it really important that we do skink?
Dagoth welcomes you, Nerevar, my old friend. But to this place where destiny is made, why have you come unprepared?
That's it? That's all you're saying? Hello Nerevar, and welcome to my new town of Seidonin. I've got a lot to say about the new lore of Morrowind, so buckle up. You're in for some exposition. Well, it all started... You know what I realize? The census is not there, so I will never be able to check out those weapons. Well, it all started after the year 427 of the Third Era, after you destroyed the heart of Lorkin. Vivek was fed up and built me a new one so that I could bring Sothasil back to life. We made a new tribunal, except it was me, Vivek, Sothasil, Almalexia, Dumak, the king of the dwarves, and you. That's when the Argonians came. Okay. Basically, after all the slaves of Morrowind were free, the Argonians took over. This was after the volcano erupted and the meteor crashed. Oh my goodness. House Redoran was obliterated. It was a complete and utter bloodbath and a tragic loss of life. So this is a very elaborate joke mod. And hello, Azriel. Thank you. Welcome, welcome. Anyway, they control a lot of the towns in Morrowind now, especially old towns the Empire used to control. The Imperial Legion started to lose its control over Morrowind since there was Argonian and Domners and Dwarves gods. The Dwemmers were back at this point also. It's a bit... Anyway, Diviothir decided he had enough, and he packed up Telfir and the Court Presarium and moved to Seidanin. That's probably why you were here in the boat. Okay. Hlalu was thriving at this point because of the trade connection with the Argonians and the fall of House Redoran, but the world of Morrowind faced an even greater threat because of the volcano. There was climate change. Sauron froze over. What? Because of the volcano, Sauron froze? Hersin and his band of Icefolk moved in and remained there to this day. My goodness. You burn old baguette. You know what? I'm really thinking of surrendering. Well, by this point, Morrowind was getting pretty out of control. Me, Vivek Sothsila Malexialu, and Dumak Dwarf King all got together at Red Mountain and formed a new Red Mountain Council. Eventually, I got flat out tired. Old weary bones. Decided to pack up and retire here in Seidanin. It used to be a small imperial fishing village, but now it's a bustling city with an Argonian district and even my own Dagoth district with a lighthouse. Used to be a lighthouse. Wow, I'm getting tired of yapping about this stuff, but you're going to need to pay attention if you want to make it out in the wild world of Vardenfell anyways. So that's why I'm here. The rest of the Red Mountain Council are who knows where. I brought the Heart of Loken here with me though, where it now powers the Blighthouse. Listen, you're probably getting bored of just standing here and reading weird typos, yes? But heed my final warning. You trespass in my home and I'll stomp you into paste. He disappeared because he was done speaking, and because he's a god, he could keep on talking even though he was gone. No! Poor Fargoth. Fargoth has Sunder? What are you doing with Sunder, Fargoth? Fargoth's diary. Day 1. I found a special hammer in the Dwemer ruins. It is a golden hammer, and Vivek told me its name was Sunder, and that it was a very powerful weapon. He told me not to equip it though, or else something terrible might happen. I really want to equip and wield this mighty hammer, Sunder, even though Vivek told me not to wear it, but I really want to wear it. I'm sick of all these engraved healing items. I want a real powerful item. I think I'm going to equip this hammer. Yeah, Fargoth. That was a silly thing you did right there. We still have a Silt Strider. The Guild of Fighters is there. I mean, how much is there to this mod exactly? It's all a bit dirty though, isn't it? Wait, I need to find my bearings. I need to find the lighthouse or the lighthouse, because there's supposed to be a boat that will take us to Albion, and I want to showcase that as well. You naked person? X Lalu Town 01. Oh, what? This is weird. And there's a werewolf in town. I don't know how to deal with that. Sorry guys, maybe I have no... It's all a little too broken, isn't it? But we have the lighthouse. I'm not eager to go. I'm really hoping that this is the one that's gonna take me to Albion. Fingers crossed. The warden, yes please. I don't have any money. No, it's just don't try to make sense of anything you see. Player add item, and we want some gold. Ooh. Oh, come on. Thank you. That should do. Please take me away. It is funny to do once, I guess. We are now in Albion, and I was hoping to have a really powerful character, but that's not gonna happen. I'm guessing this is not gonna be compatible with Tamriel rebuilt. More than guessing, I know. Can we have pretty weather, please? Daylight and no rain? Try. I have no time for you, I'm sorry. My bars have returned. Yes, because I didn't set it up like that. I mean, it really doesn't matter right now. Let's just do it like that. Can I now not be interrupted? Okay, discovering Albion. Now I'm guessing you have to... I don't know if it is per... We'll try to reload the game per save game, or if you have to do that every time you load the game. One thing that I did notice with... it's a bit weird here. With this mod, Fablewind, it only uses vanilla assets. Which I kind of like. To try to reproduce a specific, like an atmosphere different to Morrowind, but with vanilla assets. Certainly takes quite a bit of a fuss. That's Sparrow in German, I'm guessing. Run, Argonian, run! This is possibly a first mod. We'll have a look again. Fablewind. The Shadow. Okay. It's a second mod. Remember we had a look at Joarila a while ago already. So it is still a new modder. At least, you know, when it comes to publishing things. So, you know, not everybody cares about Tamriel Rebuilt. I mean, personally, I don't use it. But clearly, the Shadow really enjoys landscaping and creating exteriors. Not so much interiors, because from what we saw the last time, they were mostly copies of existing interiors. But... see, there's a couple of interesting things. I like that. I really like the fact that he's trying to create unique landscape using vanilla assets. And no, I think we might just fall to our death. No, it's clearly unfinished. That was the one with the huge, yeah, the castle on top of a very, very steep peak. And there were some interesting things with the building. I really quite liked the path that was going up. So I like the work on the exteriors. That, however, is a little too flat. Too flat. I mean, I don't suppose we're gonna see NPC or creatures. That's just the very beginning of the mod. I would recommend really joining the Discord, putting your file as a whip, and giving people a chance to try it and give you feedback, rather than release something that is clearly a... Why a cleat here? Why? What do you attach here? Might be something actually in Fable. We're missing flowers quite a bit. And maybe try to use different trees. A hangman noose, yes, you never know when you're gonna need that. Maybe. So pretty much like Joarila, a lot of work has been done on the landscaping. Oh, there's something over there. A lot of work has been done on the landscaping, but everything else remains to be done. A chopping block, maybe. I'm gonna go towards the lights. Hopefully I won't die. I think the Shadow has a knack for landscaping. I for one can't do it. It takes too much time. Burning bright with magic. I like, as I said, I liked using vanilla assets, because you have to try and think out of the box to do something different. However, we have a Saint Dylan, Azura, it's not more like Val, and a Daedric Prince. Like, I'm not too sure what's happening. So I have the Velothi, a Velothi scent, Imperial. Yeah, it's a bit confusing in terms of lore and what the heck is happening there. Beothia, with a huge cape. There's, like, as far as construction goes, there's some very interesting things. It's well constructed. That's clever to use the road signs as tombstones. See, that's what I was saying about using vanilla assets. Exactly, if they were just retextured to something to make them coherent, it would really, really help. Okay, are these any of those? There we go. No, it's well built. I like it. It's a bit too jarring. But seriously though, we have not had a look. Oh, I wanted to see the other places in Morrowind 2. Blamora, well done me. Clearly Seidanin is very different. Oh. Oh, what happened to you, Balmora? Oh, what happened to you, Balmora? The Archalucan is right here, and I'm level 1, so I can't jump. Whoa, that's a scary sight. So who moved in here, do you think? Sothasil? I see some Dwemer. And why are you like that? What are you?
Speak, traveler.
A Morocton assassin just sneaking around. I think, you know what, I will play Balmora 2 at some point. It was very, very dirty. Extremely dirty. No GMSTs though. Are you... I'm very confused. So very confused. Come on. Quite a lot of tears, things that could have been fixed. And you, what are you? Oh, you poor thing, what? Oh, ouch. Your health was reduced to 1. No, it wasn't. Alright, well, Morrowind 2 is a very unique mod where the Hlalu guards are no more. I don't know. I might one day just do a special stream and try it out. To see what sort of wacky story they came up with. What did they do to you? Oh my goodness, yes you are. I mean, they're not without modding skills, clearly. It's very disturbing. Andres Nerano, I thought you were dead. Detail. Alright, we're going to try a couple of things. We are going to untick those two. Thank you very much. I just want to have a look at the enchanted weapons. That was horrifying, right? I mean, wow. Vernier. Oh, because in the level lists. I think I do have my starting mod. I just didn't want to go through the character generation again. I'll have to remember to really clean my files because I'm not sure I want the epic music forever. Didn't I put them here? I did. Did I activate my own test mod? I did. Did I not save it properly? I mean, I know I did it very quickly, but still. Gamer, welcome to the stream and thank you so much for the follow. As we are looking at the last mod this week, I believe. Did I put them on a different table? I mean, I know I put them in the census office. Oh yes, okay. Alright, so let's go outside so we can see better. Alright, this one had a Drain Magicka and Feather Enchantment. And I was actually quite curious. Equipping it drains my Magicka by 15 points, so I'm down to 85. If I unequip it, then I'm back to where I was. Okay, fair enough. And the Crochet of St. Lothis is on strike, damage, health, applied, and disintegrate armor. So essentially, originally this one had all of this happening on self, and now I believe they happen on target or on touch, like an attack. Let's go attack something. And no, we're not going to attack Fargoth. I mean, it looks weird for a staff. Yamuriams, thank you so much for the host. Really appreciate it. Welcome on in, guys. We are doing something a little unusual on Tuesday. We're not actually playing Morrowind. We're testing all the new mods that have been released on the Nexus, and we're down to the last couple. Fargoth totally deserves it. I believe that you believe so. Okay, that's what I want. This is a staff, right? I mean, blunt, two-handed. It's not how you would hold a staff anyway. I don't know, it feels wrong to me. Then again. Okay, good. So originally, if you had the Croziers of St. Lothis, the effect would be applied to you, and it's been turned into something a little more useful. The effects are applied to your target. This one used to have a feather, and now it has a fire shield, a little more useful as well. It looks more like a spear. Exactly, it's the same hold. But anyway, we can confirm that these two artifacts are now useful. And I believe we have tested the run fix. Let me go back to it. Truth is, I never felt anything about running sideways. Let's try that. Yams, what were you playing just now? I don't think I've seen what you were playing.
Please, by all means.
That would be how you run in diagonal, right? Morrowind. Well, you know what? Sometimes you like to test games as well. Or play retro games, if I'm not mistaken. I can't tell if I'm going, at the same speed. I still feel I'm going slowly. Based on the sound. The sound feels not as fast. But I can't really comment on the fix because I never noticed the problem. So Pete knows what he's doing. This mod effectively normalizes the speeds. If you say so, I never noticed the problem. So it's hard to tell. These we did check and they are indeed useful. And Fablewind, we had a look at. Lots of building in there. Lots of things to do. And Morrowind 2, I have no words. I have no words to describe it. And that, guys, concludes all our testing. From this week, really, the mods that I am definitely keeping. Some of them with changes, but the bone mold armor, I'm going to keep it. I really like the retexture. We'll have to change it to English. The continue button, Death and Resurrection. I really hope that Xiran is going to join the Discord and talk with guys who knows their stuff, because I like that mod. Rather than reloading the game and your death never happened, you are resurrected, but your attributes have been lowered a little bit. That makes perfect sense. So this one I'm looking for. The banners were pretty, but I wouldn't add it in a vanilla looking game. The tooltips, they're all good. I don't know, guys, tell me, what do you think? Which of the mods recently added on the Nexus would you like to use? I shouldn't have closed the window. I should have kept it. Morrowind Nexus. Recent activities. That was added yesterday. Rebalance Signs is a new one. We'll look at it next week. All of these were new. How do you feel about the levitation mod? I think it makes sense. My first video game was Skyrim VR Vanilla, and you just bought Morrowind and will use mods for the first time. Yay! Wait a second. I mean, yay, mod, yay. Obviously, I'm 200% for mods. However, if it's your first playthrough, Morrowind 2 is right here. It's been re-uploaded. That's why I played it, because it's one of the new mods. So these are the mods we looked at today. And there it is. Morrowind 2 re-upload. It's right there. I got a feeling, Skink, you're gonna want to play this one again, aren't you? If I know you at all. I think I will try. I might do just a special stream playing that for, for the loves. Just once. And then never speak of it ever again. All of these we tested. Vanilla Land, continue, and Fablewind. There. This is everything we tested. Quirtiquid, 3 mods this week. Nice. If you want some HD bottles. Personally, I know I won't use them because I don't really look at bottles in the game. But if you want everything modded, 2 bits, then go for it. Ziran, you're not sure. Where did you get it? I mean, nowadays when you buy Morrowind, it's the GOTY version, the Game of the Year version. So you're gonna have. Where did you get it? Did you get it from GOG or from Steam? If it's from GOG, then you definitely have Morrowind, the 2 DLCs, and expansions at the time they were called, and their official mods as well. But honestly, if that's your first time playing Morrowind, I would just recommend you get the bare minimum, so the game runs. So you get MGE, you get the Morrowind code patch, and that's it. These 2 are going to make the game look better. You will have the long distance, you're going to have water that looks a little prettier. MCP is going to remove every bug that we have to date. You had Tamriel and you got the download on PS4. Are you talking about Morrowind Online? Hello, Chthonian. Good morning. Well, afternoon. No, for you that would be morning. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Because you talked about Tamriel. That is online. That's why. Okay, so I forgot what I said about MG and MCP. That applies only to the good old Morrowind. How are you, Chthonian? No, don't cry. Don't cry. Well, in that case, if you have SO online, I would still recommend a few add-ons just for the UI, but the add-ons never add anything to the game. They just bring something on your screen that already exists, so it's just something more practical. So it's not cosmetic, it's just more practical, which you might like. But play the game for a little while and then have a look at the add-ons and go, oh yeah, this I would like. That's a different story. You're new to Skyrim. Well, but did you say Skyrim VR? Yes. Which, I don't know, I haven't tried. I do prefer my Skyrim modded a lot. Seems that Nexus decided to block things from my view. Do I appear as someone that would look lewd or that would block lewd or stealing mods? No. You'd want those. You'd say, give them to me. Clearly. Is it because the Nexus thinks you're too young? Maybe that's what's happening, Skink. Too young. You're too young for Morrowind 2. I'm sorry, you're not ready for it. Levitation. Would you use a mod that cancels your levitation effect the moment you draw your weapon or get ready to cast a spell? I would. I would, especially if Xiran works on it and makes it in such a way that, depending on your alteration, you are able to keep your levitation going on. because I think as a master in alteration magic, you should be able to fight and have your spell go in. So this one is a yes but for me, clearly. Death and Resurrection, massive yes but for me. Love the fact that was an explanation, Skink. What do I know? But it's weird that you don't see it. Yeah, it's odd, really odd. I can, put it on my Dropbox and send you the link if there's no way you can get it otherwise. So Death and Resurrection, you die, you resurrect at the temple, but your attributes have -1 across the board. But because you have a new life, you can pick a new birth sign. I quite like that as well. That, as a new life, you have to change something about how you play the game. Big disadvantage is that when you die, you need to save, you need to exit, and you need to load. You see it now? Good. So this, yes, but if the whole process can be streamlined, that's the word I was looking for. Streamlined, I'll definitely use it. Then we had the Morrowind Dialogue Explorer. I will look at it next week because I need to get Python installed. I used to have that, but then when Rymash went standalone, I didn't have it. Hey, Jean, Romy, I'm looking at Jean and I'm thinking that you didn't have it the last time. Romy, how are you? Welcome back. Next week, Dialogue, which presumably is something that will be useful for modders more than players. Tooltip by Abbott, brilliant. I don't think anyone would want to play without it. That way, when you have to drop something in your inventory, you can actually drop the least valuable item in relation to its weight. I can't imagine you wouldn't want that. The little one says hi, and I say hi right back. Hello, little one. We have a very simple tool that's going to allow you to redate your ESPs. If you don't want to use any other tool, then this one is lightweight, simple. Just plop it in your you can plop it anywhere, but it's better to keep everything in your Morrowind folder. That one is a mod for Open Morrowind. If you were desperate, you couldn't use Mailord's auto ammo equip mod, you can with Open Morrowind. So no need to open your inventory, equip the arrows, and then you switch to your crossbow and you have to open your inventory. It is possible to use too many mods. It is possible. The danger is the more mods you put, the more conflicts you're gonna have, and more often your game is gonna crash for no apparent reason. So better to be selective. I mean, typically you're gonna read the description, you're gonna read the README. I like to look through the posts because there's Merlord. Because a lot of people are going to report issues that you may have, or you're gonna have a little more about the mod. So yeah. Then we have use curses for curses, and this one is also a yes but for me. I think I'll keep it, but I will apply the curse to certain urns or tombs, something along those lines. So you never know when you're gonna have a curse. Make it random. Modify the script a little bit so that, if we go and have a look in the construction set, not you, Morrowind, let's go to there, that's fine. No, that's not fine, sorry, the other one. Test. Too many Morrowinds installed. Messy, I tell ya. This one is called Use the Curse, Use Full Temple, Use Curse, no? That's the one. Apparently, she won't let me sleep, but I don't mind letting her play Fortnite. Are you tutoring her? Are you teaching her the ropes? That's active. I haven't looked at Fortnite. I'm no good with PvP, I just get too nervous. And we want to look at the script. You know what? A faster way of finding the script added by this mod is to go to my ingredients. I'm saying the ingredient tab, And oh, it actually edits the curse. I mean, it's no big deal. I would have preferred that a new script was created, because in vanilla you have that, and it says that when you activate it, then it places at me a Dremora. So basically this mod just add the spell Curse Dremora Lord. Yeah, I wish it had been like a different script, rather than, you know, as much as possible I would avoid editing vanilla content just because. So rather than having on activate this happens, just add a random variable so that sometimes you just pick it up and sometimes you have the curse. And then I would put that to the urns in the tombs as well, so that you never know. You never know. Picking up a gem in a Daedric ruin or opening an urn in a tomb, you never know. Sometimes you just get the loot and sometimes you get cursed. So that's a mod that I would gladly see modified a little bit, and then I would have it to my permadeath. Then what else did we have? We had the UI inspector, which I think is brilliant, especially when it means I'll be able to crank up my health bar, magicka bar and fatigue bar a little up. But essentially it means that you can customize the look of your game with where you want those bars, how long you want them to be, and so on and so forth. I suppose you could try to do something a little more like Skyrim, to plop these up there. It could be interesting. Lots of options, keeping that one clearly. Long live the king. We have some beautiful banners that look like they've been knitted. She knows the ropes. She's playing the PvE version, and I really prefer that. PvE is nice, especially co-op PvE. So detailed, I could never figure that out. You're really good. I'm not. Like, you look at enough mods, you try things out, and you learn things, really. If I can do it, anyone can. This, personally, I won't use it because I don't really go for HD, but it's very well done. Likewise with the Imperial banner. We had the service refusal, and it works as intended, says what does what it says. Whew, there I am. On the other hand, I am not sure that traders ought to know magically and instantly what you're carrying. So I'm on the fence for that one. Not because of the execution, but because of gameplay reasons. Morrowind 2 re-upload. Guys, you let me know on the Discord if you would want to see me actually play that mod. It's fun. If I don't think too seriously about how stupid it is, I think it's fun. Created by the Morrowind 2 creator. I don't know who created that mod. It's so old. Used unused spells. Personally, I wouldn't use it because I don't miss those spells, and some of them don't really make sense gameplay wise. That being said, I really like the idea of scripted spells. Like, you activate something and you get the spell. What's the time? It's 1 o'clock. I'm not gonna have time to do some modding, but I think I'll try that. Rather than talking to an NPC to buy a spell, you discover the spell, the scrolls. There was a mod like that with loads of scripted spells. Elemental magic? Was it elemental? Yeah, elemental magicka. I think so. Elemental magicka, I remember that. Well, I only tried the first version, and essentially it added scrolls and level lists. And when you found the scroll, you would learn the spell. And I really like that. Even if not playing a spellcaster, just to have extra loot to discover, extra things to collect for the pack rats, I like that. So I would add, if I was to add spells, I would do it that way, rather than add them to a trader. That's where we were. Rebalance races. I mean, we talked about it last week. I would agree to reducing the resistance if they are 100%, but then it's a matter of taste. And we know Skink wants to be able to resist his poison as an Argonian. Ingredient flavor text, that's a tooltip mod. If you are not running Open Morrowind, just use it. Use it. So that way, I mean, let's open one screenshot again. That way, when you have your cursor on an item, on an ingredient, you get a little blab about it. Love it. Actually useful temple artifact. 2 of them, but fine. That's a good one. The enchantments are actually useful. So, you know, if they are items, they ought to be a little powerful and not completely useless. So I would use that. Tamrielic Lore tooltip, brilliant as well. Morrowind script extender will love you. That way, when you look at an item, even if it's in your inventory, you're going to get a little extract from Tamrielic artifact to tell you a little bit about the item. Love it. I wasn't the other races to resist things as well. Otherwise, I could use fireballs on everyone. But yeah, I do agree, Skink. It's good. We do want to keep. We want to know that the Nords are going to resist frost. We do want the Domna resisting fire, but I don't want any of them to be completely immune. I want my spells to be largely ineffective if I use the wrong one on the wrong race, but I don't want them to be completely useless. That's me. That's only me. This one, keeping it now and forever. Lucian gave us a new texture and I really like it. It's only for the landscape. Maybe, hopefully, he's gonna continue with the trees and the flowers and all that. That would be lovely. So, nice one. If I want HD install that still retains a vanilla flavor, that's definitely one to go for. The bone mold replacer, a really lovely replacer for the armor. However, you want to be careful. The English version has a little bit of a mix-up, so you would have to download the Russian version, in which case you would need to rename the items to something English. Frost should be useless on Nord. That's why we have fire. I want it to be almost useless. And you know how I feel about the Nord supposedly resisting frost and then dying of frost, so... But that's just me, because of past trauma. Lovely replacer. I will use it, even though I will tweak it so that I have the English names. The continue button, again, why wouldn't you want to have it? So that just like in Skyrim, Skyrim as well actually, Oblivion and Skyrim, 90% instead of 100. For example, not full immunity. Fablewind, that is, for now, it is just an alpha version where the landscaping has been done, the trees have been placed, but not all the flowers, not any NPCs that we saw, no creatures. So this is an early version. You can just go have a look around. It's well done. There's still an awful lot of work to do on that one, so not playable just yet, I would say. We had some retextured doors, and they were fine as well. If you have retextured most of your game and want nice doors that still look vanilla, this is probably for you. The reshades, we're going to look at those next week because I need to install reshade, and so we'll see how that is. This one looks clearly over the top, and that one it gives a grain. What I don't get is why not use MGE, because MGE also has a number of shaders, like built-in, that give. I remember the photo one. Where are you? Shaders. Modding. Maybe it's not there anymore, but it's there was something to give it a grain, like a photo grainy aspect. There was a sepia one as well. I'm sure they can be downloaded. You like the grain one? Clearly, you know, as with textures, it's a matter of taste. This does I mean, it's interesting. It's a little over the top, honestly, but maybe if the effect was a little softer. Anyway, this one has 5 different presets. I'll have a look at them next week on the next stream once I have Reshade installed. Immersive run fix. Well, I couldn't really comment on that one, but Pete the Goat has only given us good content, so if he says that this fixes the run is fixed. That's all I'm saying. And this is it for today, guys. Whew, that was quite a lot of mods.